let's mix some fiberglass. Got these old plastic pieces. This is actually the hood rests against this. You know, these Massey parts aren't as common as some of your other garden tractors. I don't want to bust this thing up, and if it does, I at least want to keep it intact. So we're going to brace up the corners, and we're going to, put a little sheet on the side here too. Try to keep it intact. We also built up, it obviously has to be touched up and everything. But for those of you who haven't done fiberglass before, if you grind it and sand it, it gets itchy. When you're doing this, it's not itchy. It stinks to high heaven though. So you got this fiberglass mat. You can get this kind, or you can get the stuff that looks like traditional fiberglass. Just cut it up all into little pieces and stuff. We got resin, got activator. We got an old container, nice and clean. We got a brush, and believe me, you want gloves on. This stuff obviously will not cure on your hands. It takes a while to cure, but it is just a sticky, nasty freaking mess. It's probably worse than pine sap. So if you don't mind me having my back to you, we're gonna go ahead and start doing this. And we'll pour up a little resin. Now this isn't going to light off like Bondo. This won't go in 5 minutes or anything. Your little activator. Now, for mixing this, you want to mix the living hell out of it and use something that you're not going to need again, because once it touches off, whatever it's on is going to do it. So obviously you don't want to use one of your tools like a screwdriver or anything. So anyways, let's mix this up. All right, so we got it all mixed up. There's different ways of doing this. I like to take and just paint where I'm gonna go. Just paint a little layer on there. That way I know I don't have any dry spots. You don't want dry spots. And when you apply this fiberglass cloth, you will be able to see if it still looks white, then you don't have enough resin in it. And you don't want that, because that's your strength. It should pretty much turn almost invisible. And you literally take this, and this is why I said wear gloves. Dip it right in there. Get the excess off. Start patting it into your corners. Show you real quick here. You see how it almost kind of disappears versus this. If we do this, hope I'm getting this on here. See the difference? That doesn't have enough resin in it. Now, obviously, as we keep going and building up layers, it'll come back. So we're using the Sears for a workbench. See the fiberglass is laid in there. It's puddling a little bit right here. That's not something you necessarily want, but we're not building a Corvette here. So, right? Flexi flyers. And then the rest of this stuff, once it cures and everything, that can all be trimmed up and sanded, and that's when you start to itch, right? Right.